Hi, it's Leanne, Body Shop Performance. Hope you're well. Most of you who know my content will know I'm working on a new keynote called Small Changes, Big Impact, the power of rest and recovery in the working world. Something like that. And I've got just a jokey little anecdote to share with you, short and sweet, about the power of small changes and the big impact that they can have. Now, many of you know I spent time recently back at Lynbreck Croft with Lynn and Sandra, the regenerative farmers in Scotland, and they shared with us a really funny story which I'd like to share with you. Small changes, big impact. They fortunately don't have people roaming across their land, leaving gates open, and these sort of nightmares that farmers have when they have to share their land with hikers, for example. But they do have checks and balances to make sure that if a fence is damaged, it gets repaired immediately, and gates are closed if they need to be kept closed. Well, one particular evening, Sandra did her usual checks on the property and they went to bed, safe and secure in the fact that their 7 Highland cattle were sleeping down in the field. In the morning, they woke up and they looked out across the property and they couldn't see the cows in the field. They got up, double checked by looking at the field itself, not there. They found the cows underneath a cherry tree opposite their homestead where they were sleeping. And they'd figured out that somehow the gate had been left open, the small change. The gate had been left open, the cattle had somehow discerned this, squeezed through the little gap and opened the gate completely and roamed around the property while Lynn and Sandra slept. So they figured out by retracing their steps, looking at the hoof marks, that they'd come up through the gate, turned right, marauded around the kitchen garden, walked around the back of the homestead, so they would have been tiptoeing past as Lynn and Sandra were sleeping. If they'd woken up, they'd have seen the shadows of these cows moving across the window. They'd come around the property. Fortunately, they didn't turn right to go up the lane, the track that would go to the road. And then after marauding around a property and nibbling on anything they fancied, they finally fell into a deep, satisfied slumber underneath the cherry tree. Big impact. So, small changes do have a big impact over time. Now, I'm being flippant with that story, but I do want to just raise that particular point. We don't need to make big sweeping changes to have an impact. You could positively improve your energy, mood, motivation by making a very small change to sleep, possibly ring fencing that last 10 minutes before bed. Perhaps having a daily meditation practice or 5 or 10 minutes and making that a non-negotiable. Or maybe in terms of energy, you make standing your default. Small change that could have a really big impact on your energy and your overall posture and state of relaxedness. Small changes have a big impact over time. So what will you do today to start creating that progress towards the big impact you're looking to achieve?